discussion of Corona Road Race.
Is that Lana or David?
So, as you know, we are always looking to provide events that benefit the community, and this year is the 100th anniversary of the April 8th, 1916 road race. We are proposing to hold a celebration here at the South Lawn on April 9th, 2016, to commemorate that event, to pay homage to the 3 racers that died in the event, and to basically celebrate the importance of racing in our city's history. Parts of the event looking at a car show. We are working in conjunction with Cars and Coffee for that. Looking at live entertainment, that would be somewhat era-specific music. A Pinewood Derby that we will invite the council members to participate in, which I think will be very fun. We've talked to the Boy Scouts about hosting the Pinewood Derby elements for us, and then also.
You say Boy Scouts, which Boy Scouts?
We're locating a troop right now. The troop that we utilized for the 2013 event is no longer available to participate, so we are looking for a new troop as we speak. The hunt begins.
Why don't you just go with the whole Temescal
District
rather than just
through Mike
troop?
Downs.
We'll try that next. We have found someone who is willing to step up and let us utilize their track and then to teach the classes. So we're happy to form partnerships wherever we can. And we've talked to Tom Munoz about that, and he's very involved with the Boy Scouts.
He'd be the
Right.
same district that, so.
And he sits on the committee representing the Corona Historic Preservation Society. The Corona History Association is involved, Saline Motorsports, Monster Energy, various community groups, as well as city staff that are planning this event. We're looking for funding for it. We're looking for $26,500 as a total cost of the event, which is a quarter of what the 2013 event cost.
Yeah. Is that staff time included or just?
That is everything inclusive.
And it was only 100,000 for 2013?
Yes.
And then we made 30 on it too, so.
Yes, so technically like
Right.
69,000.
Yeah.
On all staff time was included in that?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you seeking any sponsorships outside of?
Yes, we are in the process of recruiting sponsors as we speak, so we're asking the council to approve the overall budget, but we plan to supplement that with sponsorships as they come.
The 26,000?
Yes.
So that's the top, and then we're gonna cut that down?
Yes.
Okay. How is the event, what's the scenario, what do you envision taking place?
So we're gonna start the event.
The sequence?
The Cars and Coffee will still continue that morning because it is an early morning activity.
Right.
We are
But is
talking.
that gonna be down at Staley?
Yes, unless you, we have to start there and then we can move it.
And we're in conversations with the police department about them providing a police escort for the cars that want to participate to
That'd be
arrive here
cool.
at City Hall. I've secured the Corona High School marching band. They will be starting off our day with some rousing march music and playing the national anthem for us, and then they will.
And what
transition.
time is that?
We're looking at 9 a.m.
So 9 o'clock really the kickoff. Cars and Coffees go 7 to
Yeah,
9.
7 to 9.
Right,
Well,
so those that want to participate would caravan over.
right, and then where are they going to go?
We're looking at utilizing this parking, the county parking lot, to the west of us.
Okay. All right.
So that it's adjacent to the lawn, so that it doesn't feel like a separate event.
All right.
From there, the Corona High School Jazz Band would take over. We would start on some of the Pinewood Derby races. We're looking at having that throughout the day. Once the jazz band concludes, we would look at bringing in a professional band of either swing or Dixieland jazz music, I believe is what it's called. Invite swing dancers to come and participate in the event. Have the Boy Scouts cooking some kind of festival food. We'll have Monster Energy have their sampling team, as well as Hanson's. They are also looking at that, and we are also speaking with the Design Institute to bring car models. So some of the concept car models, so people can see, possibly the future of automotives. And then we are also working with classic car dealers, Mr. Curry, as well as Mr. Malloy, and I spoke with Mr. Blaine, who provided us cars for the last, about bringing their antique cars, so it would be like a whole generation of cars. The event will wind up at 1 p.m. and we will be done.
So 9 to 1.
Yep, short and sweet.
And so they're gonna drive over there, they're gonna park, and then people can mill around the cars?
Yes.
Okay, and how many does that hold?
They anticipate up to 160 vehicles.
Okay. You know, last time we had 125 last Saturday. This will really, I
That's a big
think,
one.
bring them out. I
We
know
hope
it
so.
will.
Oh,
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
So if there was an overflow,
Saturday.
We would continue to use the North Main lot, so I mean, we would continue to utilize the parking lot as we went through an L shape. But we
Okay.
want to try and keep the event as connected as possible.
yeah, that's what.
Because then you lose
That's the
synergy
issue,
when you
right?
start to split things
Yeah.
apart.
Okay. That sounds good.
Did I hear that you were gonna be talking to Mr. Saline to see if he was bringing a car too?
Yes.
Okay.
We've talked to them, we've talked to Monster Energy about bringing some of their sponsored vehicles, as well as the antique vehicles, so to have a whole array of cars. And those wouldn't
Good.
participate in the car show, they would be a display.
What's the
That's cool.
difference?
Because like a car show, you could do voting with prizes and things like that. You don't
Got it.
necessarily want those cars to compete against antique cars. There's
And the 30,000 income from last time, where'd that come from?
sponsors.
Okay. So sponsors.
Yes, so
Yes.
we've already sent out our sponsorship letters and we're currently working on recruiting, hopefully people that are interested in participating and supporting our community.
We didn't sell fees to be part of it or anything like that?
At the 2013 event, we worked with a car show vendor, so
Mhm.
our contract with him was that he did the recruitment of the cars and he kept the car show top, profits for that.
I see, okay.
But we did not pay him for anything, that was his cut of
Right, right.
arranging the car show.
Okay.
And we're not using him this time?
No.
Yeah, this Cars and Coffee, it's already
Right, it's-
there,
yeah.
it's sort of
In place.
a natural crowd to go to.
Yeah.
And Max, who is heading up the car show element for us, I think he's asking $10 per participant for car shows, and that simply will be poured into awards, et cetera, related specifically to the car show to totally offset its costs.
Is there an official opening ceremony at 9 o'clock?
We will have a program, and then, which Mayor Scott will talk a little bit about the event throughout the day
But
as
at
well.
9 o'clock or?
Yes, at 9 o'clock.
So I'm gonna suggest, Randy, that maybe you talk to Max and the group out there at the Cars and Coffee, and that day, they get there at 7, and at 7:30, 7:45, the police escort and everything is here, because they will miss everything.
Right, right.
If they leave at 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
We've already chatted about that a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're gonna do the caravan from 8:15 to about 8:45 here.
Cool.
So at.
I just
that-
didn't hear that before, so I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Right.
No, at that time in the morning, we're hoping that traffic will be.
No, that should be great.
conducive.
But we can close down the 91 for you.
I would prefer not. So, that's kind of it in a nutshell, and then throughout the day, we will also be having what's called race talks. Mr. Williamson from the Corona History Association will be talking about the history of the event and why we're celebrating it, at different points during the program, so people are connected to the past.
That is perfect.
And you're gonna be dressing in the attire, correct?
Oh, no, she.
Sure.
Yeah. And then, actually, for the month leading up to the event, we're actually going to do a lobby display. So Allegra actually is kind enough, they're going to do some oversized printing for us, and that'll all be displayed in the lobby area leading to the exit. And then, actually, we've got a couple of individuals who are willing to loan us cars that we can actually put in the lobby. Both Mr. Malloy and Mr. Curry have offered vehicles, so those will go in there the week of March 9th. Then there's going to be some additional historic items that are going to be put in the cabinet that's downstairs as well. So
Nice.
anybody coming into City Hall will be greeted with, this is what's coming
That's good.
in a month's time.
We're also looking to recreate that photo booth that we did at the 2013 event where you can have your picture taken in a car.
Right.
And that would benefit the Corona Partners for Parks Foundation. And then we've got Life Touch on board who will take pictures, print your picture out right there,
Yeah.
and then you can take it with you as a keepsake.
I think if you could have Jim Dorsey with a flash powder thing, just even if he doesn't take real pictures, it just looks cool where he's going, you know, people would get that. We were planning that for that next event too. That sounds really good. I was trying to think of something else, but I'm sure it'll come to me. Oh, as far as promoting it, is there any way we could promote it in the schools? You
We're
know-
actually working on that in conjunction with the Pinewood Derby.
Okay.
So what we'd like to do is, once we have the Pinewood Derby date secure for March, have that on one side of a flyer and the entire event information on the other, and distribute it to as many schools as possible to get
Okay.
the kids involved.
We didn't do that last time, did we? Did we try it with the schools?
We tried with the schools. I think we hit every school within this area. For the Pinewood Derby, we also advertised it in our recreation brochure at the time for the classes, which were free, which is a $20 material fee. It was a little bit hit and miss, but we definitely continue to push hard on trying to get the kids involved in the event.
Okay.
Good.
And do you want some biplanes flying over at a certain time?
Are you going to be flying them?
No, but I know some people that were thinking of doing that. I can check on that, so.
I have no idea what
Right,
was
I
the
know, it's-
operation at
it's-
1916.
no,
I'll be honest
yeah.
with you.
Well, people confuse the eras, so you can dress 1920s or whatever, they all, but, anyway, I'll check on that myself.
I know this is all geared towards celebrating 100 years, and I'm just throwing out an idea. Don't know if you want to go that route or not, but I know you've got the newer cars. There's 3 different schools in Corona Norco Unified School District of Auburndale, Letha Rainey Intermediate, and Corona High School that have a STEM program and robotics. I know that we're hosting the robotics competition this weekend at El Cerrito Middle School. And these are going to be 30-some different schools that are coming together, teams to do things robotically. I don't know if you want to add an area that maybe those guys could put something out there and do something, but it totally is opposite from historic, but it is the future. And if you're wanting the schools involved, I was just going through that.
Okay, that's Auburndale, Rainey.
And Corona High School, and I can get you the contact information if you want, but Pete D'Agostino is the gentleman handling all that. And the 13th, it will be the robotic competition up at El Cerrito Middle School from 8 o'clock till about 11:30, about 12:30, I guess.
We have one of our closet car buffs right here. Any suggestions, any ideas?
Sounds like a great
Is
program.
that, okay.
Got the fire engine?
No, I mean when it comes to cars, he's
I know.
my mentor.
Get the Mack fire engine out there on display
Okay.
too.
But anything else as far as car show you'd like to give input? Okay.